Just do it. I had a plan to begin in the world and it didn't work out. I seen a video with my homeboy Couch. Found out was Israel, changed my route. I ain't trying to be no jewel on the snout. This a one round bout. I ain't chasing no clout. Yeah, ready for war. I'm an Israelite soldier. Growing in grace and I hope I get older. Come as a child, we under the stroller. You hate the truth and I dust off my shoulders. Calm as a dove, smart as a cobra. You gon' be ashes. Player, I told you. The lake of fire. Your soul is over. Held all your cards, but this ain't no poker. Robbing your people. Who you the joker? Poison your mind. I even smoked you. Thought you was vain. Struggle with boulders. This ain't a game. Freeze them froze you. You been so two-faced. Chasing the blue face. You love the heathen. Boy, you ain't thinking. I'm in that water. Just like the penguin. Riddle me this. Why you still scheming? Headed to Christ in the Bible an arrow. Cause he loved the community just like the scarecrow. Scripture will pierce you to the bone and marrow. It'll slice you up like the killer croc. Prophets on the earth. Bible unlocked. Christianity. Boy, I think not. Shutting doctors down. I robot. Man, why all our people in sin? In the loony being like Harley Quinn. Looking like a fool like Ra's al Ghul that trained the Batman. That got the backhand in the sinking sand like the Sandman. You have no plan. Thank you. Time again. Time to start over. Let the Bible hold you. Let the law mold you. Been for grace over. You've been in sin talking at a.
Look at this queen's beautiful website. Not only does she have things for men, but she have things for children and women. So please check her out. She's amazing. You'll love everything that she makes. So all of y'all that went to the royal gathering, she made my son's garment and my king's armbands and my son's armbands as well. She did a fabulous job, like so amazing. But here's my video and the tutorial on how I made my king's garment. So this fire is the outside of the front garment. This orange is the inside of the front garment. The gold is the inside of the back garment, and the black is the outside. So get your king's measurements from his shoulders. My king has broad shoulders, so I did an extra 3 inches on each side, which ended up being way too big. So later on in the video, I'm going to show you where, I messed up and I redid it to make it smaller. But get your king's shoulder measurements and try to be symmetrical all the way down. And so for the neckline, I did about 3 inches wide and 5 inches going down and did like a little swoop. So when you open it up, it'll be about 6 inches wide for the neckline. Once your neckline is cut, then you want to cut the shoulder line as well. Make like a little slant going down so he won't be like a box shape. You want some type of form on the shoulder line. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. You see the neckline and then you see the shoulders kind of slanted in and it has some type of shape to it. Now, mind you, this is the too big size. So everything you're seeing is for the garment that I made kind of too big. So this is going to be the inside of the front garment. I'm putting the shiny side facing down and I'm just going to put the other garment that I cut on top of it and then just trace it and cut it. So I have my clips in and I'm just using it to hold it in place. I'm going to make a single straight line stitch. It's going to be like a blue thread. And to me, it doesn't really matter at this point because I'm going to use gold bias tape to go around it. So the color of the thread doesn't matter at this point. Again, this is what it looks like when I'm finished with the sewing. So it's perfectly sewn together. I'm putting gold bias tape around the edges so the blue thread will not show at the end. This is the inside of the back garment. This is the outside of the back garment. You just sew those two pieces together. And how I made it, I measured the same length of the front garment, but on the way down, you make it 2 inches wider on each side and then about 3 or 4 inches longer so it can have like a cape-like flow. So this is what it's looking like so far. I have this leather, faux leather, however you say it, and I just measured my king's chest, however I wanted it to be, and then I just measured the neckline with the same other shirt. And you can see how the back garment is wider a little bit than the front garment, and it's also longer than the front garment as well. So the chest piece is already sewn down. I couldn't find any bias tape, so I just used some ribbons to go beside the chest piece. So this is what it's going to look like when I put the gold bias tape on either sides of the front garment. Okay, y'all. So this is the first garment that I made. Like I said, it was too big, so I remade it. This is trial and error. This is the first garment I'm making, so mistakes do happen, but don't get frustrated. You know, you got this. But this is what the bigger one looks like, and this is the normal size one that I made. Okay, y'all. So this is the back garment I sewed with the gold bias tape on either sides. Okay, yeah, so this is the front piece with the ribbons sewn down and the gold bias tape sewed down, and this is the back garment with the gold bias tape sewn on it as well. So this is the belt I'm making. I just measured the length of my king's waist and then did about 7 or 8 inches wide. On the back side of the belt, it's going to be the orange, shiny looking fabric. This fabric is going to be the fabric for the belt straps. So your belt strap, it should be the same width as the leather piece, but it should be twice as long as the leather piece as well. So what I did, I turned it inside out and I sewed a single straight stitch all the way across and on the sides, and then once I was finished, I cut the fabric exactly in half. Once it's sewn and cut in half, you want to stick your hand inside and then take the inside piece and pull it out. So these are your two belt straps. I didn't record myself making the belt, but I just have some orange fabric I sewed on top of it. The gold piece next to the orange is the same ribbon I use for the chest piece, and beside that piece is the inside fabric I use for the back garment. And beside that other piece is the gold, which is the gold bias tape, and then you have the black leather. But the pieces I use is like little gold. I don't know what it's called, but you just push it in, and I just made a menorah design. So that's it. Then I put the gold bias tape on the top and on the bottom, so I just have to sew everything down. So now I'm gonna sew down the belt straps to the belt piece, and I made 2 straight stitches going across to make sure it was secured tightly on there. So this is what the belt looks like when all the straps are on there and everything is sewn down. So next, I just sewed this gold piece on here just to make things look a little bit more neater. And this is how it's looking so far. Belt finished. All the sewing is finished. And last but definitely not least, some beautiful tassel fringes and of course with a ribbon of blue.